Hi, I'm Lieutenant Shawn Kelley with the Ohio State Highway Patrol, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping You Safe. With me today will be Miss Wendi Waugh from Connex and Trooper Jessica McIntyre with OSP Recruitment. Please stay tuned. I'm Lieutenant Shawn Kelley with the Highway Patrol, and back with me is Miss Wendi Waugh from Connex and Trooper McIntyre from OSP Recruitment. We're just going to have a short round table here in closing, and start with you, Wendi, and Connex. Would you be able to tell me a little bit about 2019's greatest accomplishment as it pertains to Connex?
Thank you for asking, Lieutenant Kelley. So I'm super proud of what Connex did in 2019 in Mound Park, which is the largest green space that we have in the city of Portsmouth, and we were able to pave an activity path that the community can use to walk and to bike, ride scooters, skating. Seeing the kids over there and utilizing the activity path has really been super rewarding. And we also were able to collaborate with Portsmouth High School Art in the Community, and they made a safety town for us. So super cool. Lots of building facades, and then we had cones, and we created fictional railroad tracks. All of this to teach the children not only how to ride, but how to ride safely. So we teach them the hand signals and just what to do at a railroad track, what to do at a stop sign, how to look both ways, and the kids just absolutely loved it. So we plan on repeating that in 2020 in Mound Park. May is Bike Safety Month throughout the U.S., so we will be constructing this safety town again, and I wanted to challenge Trooper McIntyre here to come down and help us. I think that'd be a great recruitment tool for young children to just see that, you know, what the role of the troopers are in the community and how you are so concerned about their safety and that sort of thing. What do you think about that?
I will come.
You will come.
I will come.
Yes, you hear that?
You just tell me the date and the time, and I will be there.
All right. Fantastic. So we're looking forward to doing that in May. We're really looking forward to having this active transportation plan and seeing what Scioto County can do in terms of safe routes to school and additional infrastructure and awareness for biking on the road. And moving, we'll be starting all of our hikes and bike rides early spring. And so if people are interested in getting involved in things like that, we do have a Facebook group on Facebook. It's called Portsmouth Connex Group. You need to request to join that. Everything that Connex does is free and open for the public, so we don't have barriers that are monetarily influenced. You just got to get yourself to the start of the bike or the hike. We're also going to have some bikes that people can borrow, so even having a bike isn't a barrier to getting involved in what we're doing.
Have we talked about the Mound Park project yet?
Well, we talked a little bit about the activity path, but the Mound Park project was actually called RUMP. Revitalize Our Mound Park. Mound Park, I mentioned, was the largest green space in the city of Portsmouth, but it's also strategically, it's in an area of the community that really could use some revitalization. So recently, you know, the pickleball club has redone the tennis courts and the pickleball courts. The city has done a lot to clean up some of the fencing and things there. I know the counseling center has had some pickup games of different dodgeball and different things on the ball thing there. But Mound Park is actually the second largest remaining earthworks here in the state of Ohio in terms of those mounds. So there's a lot of history there too that I think the community is going to be hearing about in the near future as well. So, but we put the activity path there, and it's really bringing in a lot of people, and that was a great accomplishment of 2019.
Well, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot, Jessica. You're a trooper.
Yes, I am.
You're just like me. You're a trooper.
Yes.
You're a Cincinnati girl, and you've also worked in Portsmouth.
Correct.
So you know what Portsmouth entails, and you know the things that we try to solve, where drug prevention and seat belts, distracted driving. You know all of our main focal life preservation points. Being from Cincinnati and essentially an outsider looking in, how do you see the positivity coming from this and colliding with those life preservation efforts?
I think it's a wonderful thing, and it's about partnership. So being a recruiter, it gives me the ability to be creative, but also building partnerships with people that we haven't in the past. And therefore, when you're building those partnerships, you're bringing in communication and understanding. Sometimes with law enforcement, there's a negative outlook as far as law enforcement is concerned. So when you build those partnerships, it's building that building communication with those partners and getting out into the community and letting our message be known that we, even though we are officers, we're also human beings as well. And then, of course, in the recruitment tactic or tool is wanting them when they get older to thinking about becoming a state trooper in the future.
Awesome. Well said. As you know, community policing is a big thing with the Highway Patrol right now, and trying to involve as many stakeholders as we can get. One addition that I've made to that's going to play right into your hands is taking high school juniors and seniors from our 12 school districts in Scioto County and inviting them to the post. I've assigned a sergeant to take care of the task, and it's just to sit down and talk to them. It's not about anything.
Right.
It's just to sit down and get to know them.
Yes.
And what better stakeholder do we have than those that are entering the workforce in 2 or 3 years?
Correct.
So I think that maybe those are some meetings that you can come down and set in on and
Yes.
Have some input.
Most definitely. And then hopefully from that, maybe you can go out to the other posts and it'll be implemented. Yeah, that's what, this is hopefully entailing, because being in the community, we want that. So if every post can indoctrinate that or implement that at each post, that's a positive thing.
Oh, I think so too. Absolutely. And back to you, Wendi, how would you compare 2019's Safety Town to what you want to see in 20?
Well, what we want to see in 20 is growth. So we were able to do this one time in 2019. I hope that we, with the fleet of bikes that we hope to have, with the infrastructure that we have already created, with the partnerships like what we're talking about here today, I hope we can take these safety towns to these schools. I hope that people begin to reach out to us and see us as a resource and a positive resource for helping you, the troopers and law enforcement, to keep people safe out there on the roads, keep the sidewalks lit, and let's get around and move. And it's going to take all of us.
Yes.
But the neat thing about it is, thank you very much, Lieutenant Kelley, for this, for getting us together to even talk about those kinds of collaborations.
Yes.
We can spin all we want like a hamster on a wheel by ourselves, but what we're going to do when we get together is get this done.
Oh, I believe so. And with that thought, it's never been about making Portsmouth great. Portsmouth's already great. It's just letting people know that it's great and installing that hometown pride in our youth. If someone was to ask you, does Portsmouth have a bad reputation? How would you answer that?
I would say absolutely not. I'm looking and seeing all of the great things that there are to do. I'm looking at all the positive stories, and my glass is always full. Not half full, it's full.
Oh, yeah.
It's overrunning with positivity here. You got to find it though.
You do. You have to, and that's the purpose behind this show, is to not only educate people on our traffic safety and reduce crashes and crime prevention and talk about seatbelts, distracted driving, but it's also let the public know that maybe was uninformed like I was at one time, lived here all my life and didn't realize just the great things that are happening in Portsmouth, that it's just a great place to live. It truly is.
Yeah. And when you start to look at things from that perspective, a whole new world just opens up. Really, it does. So it's really cool to see the collaboration and the things that the Post is doing. Like you mentioned, going out to the high schools and talking to juniors and seniors. You don't have to do that, right?
Well,
But you
we should. You
Right.
should. If you want to involve, if you want to be effective,
Yes.
you know, we, Jessica and I both live in a world of data.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
we're data-driven people.
But somebody's got to be the creator, the
Well-
best practice. I'm going to do something new.
Oh, I agree. And part of what I learned last year, and surprisingly, I never really got stepped on, was being results driven. You know, data is important, but and coincidentally, what I learned is that if you're data driven, results don't always come. But if you're results driven, the data is there automatically. Because in our line of work to enforce the law and to change driving behavior, it's going to take us stopping people, talking to them, educating them, maybe issuing a citation. And nobody wants a citation.
Right.
You know, it's not us wanting to be mean. It's about us trying to preserve your own life and your children's lives when it comes to drugs and seatbelts, distracted driving, crime. So I would hope that nobody considers it about money or anybody being mean to you. It's about preserving your life, because your life is important to me and the troopers and the Highway Patrol.
Well, I want to just tag on to that and say what you said there is education. So that happens in the schools. It happens with entities such as Connex. It happens with our children at Safety Town, right? So there are lots of different levels of education and a lot of different ways. And the way that we know by data that we learn best is by giving ourselves opportunities, both experiential and didactic, that and so this information is coming at you from more than one source.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we talked earlier a little bit about partnerships, and what Jessica and I have learned is that our normal partners, such as maybe the Ohio Department of Transportation, Southern Ohio Medical Center, the other police agencies, Portsmouth Police and the Scioto County Sheriff's, are all great partners to have. Very close to all of them, but trying to up the ante with the health department, the judges, business owners, the juniors and seniors in school that are entering the workforce, all of your local John Lawrence that we've talked about,
Yes.
local filmmakers. It's really good stuff happening, and I'm so excited to get to know Tim Wolf and his friends at Portsmouth a lot better. We actually had a little bit of involvement with his Paw Patrol.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we took Teddy Trooper down,
Yes, I remember
and
that.
it was a good time, and we're going to go back next year, and hopefully it'll be just like his Winterfest. I see it growing so much every single year. I think that Paw Patrol will be a big hit next year with
Yeah,
kids.
actually, you guys were also involved in the Touch-A-Truck that was at the Spartan Stadium, and we had several different emergency vehicles and things down there that kids could come and play and blow the horn and see the lights go around. So all of that, has a play in this.
Well, very well. Well, I want to personally thank each one of you for being here and being patient with me today, and look forward to having you both back again soon.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.